Chelsea are going to win the Premier League this season. I know how that sounds. A club that finished 10th last season, that the bookies have at 10-1, and I'm sitting here telling you they're lifting that trophy in May. But hear me out, guys, because I don't say this lightly, and I think it's the single boldest thing I'm going to say today. Chelsea were the biggest spenders in Europe this summer, tied with Spurs, and they've been the biggest spenders in the league for 5 years running now. They spend billions and billions on new players, and you're looking at that core, Cole Palmer, Moses Caicedo, and honestly, that is one of the most talented cores in the league. Everything it needs to contend is right there. And under Xabi Alonso, they finally got a manager who knows what to do with all that talent. And I think Chelsea are going to be there this season. They bought the players who can make them a really good team under Alonso. They got the youngsters, the talent, they got the hunger. They're going to take it, guys. And I agree, And before you tell me 10th to 1st is impossible, just remember that the entire top of the league has been ripped open this season. For the first time since 1985-86, England's top flight kicks off without Ferguson, Wenger, Mourinho, Klopp, or even Guardiola. Between them, they've won 26 of the last 34 titles. The last 12 straight until just 2 seasons ago. That door is wide open, guys, and I think Chelsea are walking through it. They're taking it. Now, before we get into everyone else is falling short. Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Nathan. I'm your host on I Love Football TV, and today I'm giving you my Premier League predictions for the 2026-27 season. These aren't safe picks. These flops. These controversial calls, and I'm not sitting on the fence this year. If you enjoy this, send a like, subscribe. We're making lots more videos this year. Sorry for taking a break last season, but yeah, work and my schedule is so hectic, but hopefully this season I can make more videos. But yeah, let's get into it. And my next call is probably the most controversial. That's going to get me into trouble. Arsenal 6-4 favorites. The team everybody's backing to go back-to-back this season and winning it again. And I'm telling you right now, they don't retain it. Look, I'm not going to lie. Arsenal did last season was special. 85 points, 7 clear of City. In the 22 years of it, they led that table for 238 days. That's dominance. But here's a stat that should terrify Arsenal fans. Only one club has successfully defended this title. Man City. That's it. 6-7 between 2018 and 2024. And nobody else has even come close. And the comparison matters because that City team had depth. Arsenal don't. William Saliba, back injury from the World Cup semi-final against Spain. He's going to require surgery, guys. He's going to be out for months. And I mean, you don't just recover quickly from that. Since his debut in 2022, Arsenal has won 68% of the matches with him on the pitch. 68%, guys. That is over 2/3 of the games. Without him, that's a whole defensive structure that wobbles. Declan Rice, the man played 5,000 minutes last season. He's running on fumes. Leandro Trossard sold to Besiktas for 15 mil, and that's over 2,000 league minutes walking out the door. And the big answer, an agreed £75 million deal for Bruno Guimaraes. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen that called the riskiest move for Arteta's tenure. Because you're paying Newcastle a fortune for a player who isn't even fixing your biggest problem. You got no Saliba, and you got no proper striker. And just the way they've won last season, a bit of luck here and there, set piece goals, mostly corners. I don't think they will get the rub of the green this time around. And yeah, the rub of the green this time around, they're going to need some luck. Don't get me wrong, Arsenal are good, but not good enough to retain the title this season. Now let me talk about Man City, because this is where it gets properly uncomfortable. Pep Guardiola is gone. That's 10 years, 6 titles, and now it's Enzo Maresca's job. And I actually think Maresca is decent. Even Jamie Carragher even backed City to win it under him. But here's my problem with backing City this season. There are 115 charges still hanging over that football club. I'm not going to present a punishment as a fact right now. There's no confirmed verdict. I need to be clear about that. But the Telegraph literally warned people against betting on City this season. And they said there are exactly 115 reasons why. The outcome ranges from a fine to a points deduction to a transfer ban, all the way up to an automatic relegation. Nobody knows, and that uncertainty is poison going into a new season. And on top of that, they're trying to keep hold of Rodri. And I mean, he got sold to Barcelona. That's the old spine that's gone. That's the main guy, and that's what kept him together. This is a club in transition. New manager, a legal sword hanging over their heads, and their best player being shopped around. I'm not saying they collapse, but I'm saying they're not winning the title. And I think there's a real chance this becomes the messiest season in a decade. Even Jamie Carragher says it's a two-horse race, City and Arsenal. And I think he's got both horses wrong. Because my dark horse for the top four is Manchester United. And I know that's a brave one considering how last season went. But look at the numbers. Michael Carrick took over as interim manager, took 39 points from 17 games, do that over a full season. That's 87-point pace. That's 2 more points than Arsenal won the title with last year. United finished the season like a steam train. They led the calendar year table after carrying disappointment, and they're back in the Champions League. I really back United in the top 4, and I think it's going to be close to them for the title. The bookies have them at 7-1 for favourites, but the gap between that market price and that on-pitch trajectory is exactly where the value is. Now, I'll give you the counter because I'm not just making things up. United kept clean sheets in just 21% of their league games last season. That's not title form. That's not even top 4 form over a full season. But Carrick's United were a completely different animal. And with a proper pre-season, one more window, and that momentum, I think they cracked the top 4. I really do. And I think they might even come close to even the title. Carragher says they won't even win the league, and that's okay, and that's fair. But I'm not saying they win it. I say they make top 4, but I say they will be close to making it. But honestly, I think they're reading it wrong. When a team flips that hard in the second half of the season, that's not a fluke. That's a foundation that's been laid right there. United are back in the top 4, mark my words, and they might even come close to even pushing for the title. One is personal. I'm a Liverpool fan, and you all know that. Liverpool are missing the top 4 this season. Yeah, they're missing the top 4 this season. I hate saying it, and I genuinely hate it, but I have to be honest with you guys. Let's look at where this club actually is. 5th last season, 60 points. That's 25 points off the title. 25 points, guys. Slot won the title in 2024-25, and he was gone 12 months later. That's how fast it turns. And the news come from Bournemouth. The same Bournemouth who finished just 3 points and 1 place behind Liverpool last season. Just think about that. Your new manager's old club was basically your equal. They've lost Salah, they've lost Robertson. Those are legends walking out the door. And the fixtures list, guys, the fixture list. Liverpool's first games are against all teams that they struggled against last season. Newcastle, Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, and Man City. That is a brutal opening game. Carragher, who knows more about Liverpool than most, said it bluntly. Right now, I don't think Liverpool are equipped to be thinking about a title. And he said they need 2 centre-backs and a top right winger. They haven't got them. So I think they're going to struggle for top 4. The style might suit players like Isak and Wits better, and I know they link, but as it stands, this is a squad in transition, playing a brutal schedule under a brand new coach. I want to be wrong. I really want to be wrong, but I'm not putting my own club in top 4. That's how honest I'm being today. But I hope they make top 4. And speaking of teams I don't trust, Aston Villa. They finished 4th last season. I'm going to say something that might upset a few people. They got those points off consistently lucky results. I'm not going to lie. I watched them all last season, and I never once believed they were a top 4 side. BetMGM are predicting an absolute dive from 4th place, and I get why. They lost Rodgers, they lost Tielemans. Those are the creative engine of their team. And they really are going to struggle, I think, this season. And here's the thing that always amazes me. When clubs in the lower half of the table sell their top guys, it's a disaster. But when a club like Villa, who just scraped 4th, sells 2 of the key players, that is madness to me. You want to be building around your top players, your top guys, especially when you're hovering around the Champions League spots, not selling them off. I mean, it's big money to be in the Premier League, you know? Would you really want to just sell your go to guys for cash now? Or are you looking at it long term? The bookies have them at 25 to 1 for the title, same price as Spurs, who finished 13 places below them last season. The market doesn't believe in Villa, guys, and honestly, neither do I. They're going to drop out of the top six, and I think it's going to be a proper collapse. A proper collapse. Now, let's talk about the bottom of the table. And this is a favorite part of my season, of any season. All three promoted teams are going straight back down. Before you call me harsh, that's not me being harsh or mean, that's history. Hull City, they're the favorites to finish bottom. The supercomputer predicts they finish on 19 points. Guys, 19 points would put them among the 10 worst teams in the Premier League history. Level with that 2009 Portsmouth team that got a 9-point deduction. That's how bad we're talking. Coventry, and I love this one because Frank Lampard cruised to the championship last season, but they're coming back after the longest Premier League era absence. 25 years since they went last in the top flight. 25 years, guys. The ultimate unknown. And unknown usually means struggle. And Ipswich, new manager Gary O'Neill, after Kieran McKenna stepped down, another club with a long absence away. And look, I'll be honest, I love the championship teams. I wanted every one of these clubs back up. The championship is ferocious, it's fast, it's exciting, anybody can win, but the gap between those two divisions now is enormous. Last season, Spurs got dragged into a survival race. West Ham actually went down 18th, 39 points, ending a 14-year run. If the teams around the bottom are eating each other like that, the promoted teams don't stand a chance. And I would even go further. I'm worried about Sunderland. They finished 7th. They're in Europe with the second season syndrome risk all over them. And Bournemouth, who had the best ever season, sold nearly their whole pack line and brought in Marco Rose. The bottom of the league is going to be an absolute fight, a real dog fight. And the three newcomers are going to be the ones left on the floor. Now, let's have some fun because it's not all doom and gloom. My pick for young player of the season, Max Doman. And yes, he's 16. What was I doing at 16? Yeah, this guy. He became the youngest scorer in the Premier League history last March when he netted against Everton at 16 years and 73 days old. 16 guys. 16 years old. And the word from Arsenal is that he's expected to start plenty of games this season, especially in the Champions League weeks. Now I hear you. He's at Arsenal, the club I said that just won't win the title. That doesn't matter. Young play is about individual brilliance, and this kid has it. He's got that spark, his fearlessness that you can't teach. We've seen what Ryan Ingemoa doing at Liverpool, Shea Lacey at United, Harrison Armstrong at Everton. There are real talents coming through everywhere. But Doman is the one with the record already broken. The name already ringing around the league. Breakout season, mark my words, guys. By May, everybody knows this kid. And my golden boot pick, Erling Haaland again. I know, boring, predictable, unless you count the controversy. Last season, he bagged 27 goals, guys. Top scorer again. He's 15.5 million pounds in fantasy football. He's the highest priced in the game. He scored 13 in his first 10 league outings last season. 13 in 10. Now, the concern I keep hearing is the World Cup hangover. Norway went deep and Haaland has played a ridiculous amount of football. And listen, I've heard the arguments for Isak, and he's fully fit, and at a new club he's a real threat. And Igor Thiago at Brentford at 22 last season, he's emerging as a real danger as well. But I'll be honest with you, I've stopped trying to pick against Haaland. I've been burned. Every time I think this is the year, somebody else wins it. He just keeps banging them in. Even in a City side, I think that he's struggling. He's the one that's always consistent. He'll get his opportunities and he'll take them. 27 is the baseline. I'm saying he gets to 30 this season. And I'm not even going to hinge on that one. He's going to make 30 goals this season. So there are my predictions for the 2026-27 season. Just a quick rapid synopsis. Chelsea win the title. Arsenal failed to retain. Man United cracked the top four. Liverpool missed out. Villa collapse. All three teams, promoted teams, straight back down. Doman lights it up and Haaland scores 30. Now I know I'm going to get slaughtered in the comments, and that's fine. Predictions are only there to make fools of us. Even Ian Dark says titles aren't won in July. But the one I really want to come back to, the one I opened up with, is Chelsea. And I said it 10-1, hold me to it. Chelsea are going to win it. Because with a record 9 new managers coming into this league, and every legendary manager finally gone, the last 12 titles all belong to that old guard. This is the most unpredictable season we had in decades, and in seasons like this, you back the team with the most talent and the biggest point to prove. That's Chelsea. This is their season. I hope it's not. I hope Liverpool make top four, even play for the season, but let's hope. And if you enjoy, just send a like, subscribe, drop your comment. I've read them all. I'm doing a full season review, and yeah, so turn on the notifications. I hope you enjoy the video. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Until next time, guys, let's hope for the best for the season and that we get some good games